Well, the APLESA conference is hosted on a national basis amongst the member states, and you will agree with me that Namibia recently experienced an increase in hosting international conferences, reflecting a strategic push to position the country as a premier destination for business tourism as well as global investment, as these events contribute to the economy as well as employment opportunity in the country. And it's also a platform to showcase Namibia's infrastructure and hospitality capabilities.
So talk to us about this year's theme, the significance of this year's theme, Parliamentary Libraries and Democracy in the Digital Age. Why is this theme particularly relevant right now, especially for Namibia as well as for the rest of the region?
Namibia has been very proactive in terms of integrating digital technologies into its parliamentary functions. You will agree with me that before Professor Peter Kachavivi, the previous Speaker of the National Assembly, left the office in March this year, he has launched various digital tools. Amongst those is the online bill tracking system, as well as the mobile application. These two are designed to improve transparency, public participation, accessibility into legislative processes. Citizens have got the platforms to follow what has been happening in Parliament. In 2022, for example, Parliament has launched also e-Parliament strategy, which is a comprehensive policy meant to support the digitization of parliamentary processes. And you also agree with me that in Namibia, the two chambers of our two houses have been all digitized, whereby members have got now, they no longer have to carry papers to the chambers, as all these information, the bills, the statements are all loaded on their gadgets in the chambers. And also when it comes to digital issues, there has been a digital trend across the African regions. You will agree with me that, for example, we have the SADC Parliamentary Forum, which conducts its public hearing virtually, or utilizing visual platforms to conduct public hearings and ensure public participation.
So what role would you say do parliamentary libraries play in supporting democracy as well as having an informed decision-making process?
Parliament libraries preserve institutional knowledge. They enable members of Parliament to reference past debates, legislative histories. It's essentially good for or sound for policy making and legal continuity. You know, when you enter you are a new member of Parliament, you will be able to go back and see how your predecessors have been or what contributions they have made, and as a result, it will assist you into formulating and making contributions in the current state. And in essence, Parliament Library also equip legislators with accurate, timely, and unbiased knowledge or information, hence upholding the foundation of democracy and accountability. So it's these Parliament libraries are very useful institution in terms of preserving the institutional knowledge and also providing members of Parliament with unbiased information.
So can you give us an overview of what delegates can expect during the conference week, especially in terms of key sessions, workshops, as well as exhibitions?
This important workshop or conference, we expect the Speaker of the National Assembly, Dr. Sarah Madida, to officially open it. But however, before the official program, we have the pre-conference for the delegates that will be conducted by our National Commission on Research, Science and Technology. There are some very interesting topics that we expect, or a delegate should expect. We are looking at issues like the role of parliamentary libraries in supporting democracy and legislative functions. We are also looking at digital transformation and emerging technologies in parliament libraries. In addition, we also expect to have some presentations on understanding AI, artificial intelligence, and its application in parliament libraries, as well as managing digital information and improving access to legislative resources. Those are some of the key issues that we expect our delegates to hear from.
Now, how is the Parliament of Namibia preparing to host such a large regional event? I mean, what are some of the logistical or planning milestones that you have achieved so far?
Well, I must say that the preparations are at a very advanced stage. This particular conference is taking place at Swakopmund Hotel and Entertainment Center. And yes, we are at a very advanced stage. In terms of security, safety measures and all this have been taken into account with. Our delegates should expect nothing but the best from Namibia.
And how will Namibian parliamentary staff and institutions benefit from hosting this conference? I mean, both in the short as well as the long term.
Yes. We expect an exchange of information amongst the delegates. And I must say that we are not only expecting delegates from abroad, but we also have local research institutions who have or who will partake in this particular conference, not only our Parliament Library, but also local institutions. We expect that the conference will assist in promoting capacity among the members, as well as to promote best services, or how best the legislative libraries can offer, or how they can offer services to the members of parliament. It is basically about promoting cooperation and the resources sharing among members of parliament. We expect that our very own librarians from here will be able to benchmark with the fellow librarians from the two Africa regions in terms of providing access to members of parliament, information to members of parliament.
Digital transformation is very crucial and its core focus. How is Namibia's Parliamentary Library adapting to digital innovation as well as modern information services?
Namibia's Parliamentary Library, which has been now renamed to Honorable Prof. Peter Kachavivi Resource Center, is gradually embracing digital transformations through several strategic initiatives that are really aimed at modernizing information services. And one of that is previously said, is the launch of e-Parliament strategy, which is now at implementation stage. This particular strategy calls for the digitization of parliamentary processes, the committee reports, upgrading to e-Parliament, for example. I must also say that our Parliament Library has planned a digital repository. We are saying by establishing this particular digital repository, we will provide easy access to key parliamentary records, such as the debates, the committee reports, the ministerial statements for both members and staff. Are also saying that through this, the historical records will be digitized to promote transparency as well as to preserve institutional memory. The current library system that we are using is a commercial one, which is the Mindex, and we intend to migrate to the Koha library management system, which is an open source, hopefully by the end of this financial year.
Just in closing, what message would you like to share with the Namibian public as well as delegates who are attending this year's APLESA conference?
Let me start with the delegates to say they expect a high-level conference with rich resources, with rich presenters who have been carefully chosen to contribute meaningfully to this particular conference, as we would love to leave a mark. And to the Namibian people, I would like to say that they should make use of the Honorable Professor Peter Kachavive Resource Center, which is our Parliament Library. In this resource center, we have a Namibian collection, which we call Namibiana collection. This particular collection really is there for to support Namibian authors. If one has published a book or so, we request that they liaise with us so that we can have a copy of their work. If you visit us, you will find all the work done by the Namibian people hosted in our library. And it's also just to say that in case they want to follow up on what has transpired in the two chambers of the Namibian Parliament, that they can come to the library and see what has transpired in the two chambers of the Namibian Parliament, both for the National Assembly as well as for the National Council.